Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're tracing the incredible evolution of a platform that quite literally reshaped how the internet operates. We're going to break down the history, the mechanics, and the massive ecosystem behind WordPress to make it super clear how this whole thing comes together. All right, let's dive right in. 40%. It's an absolutely staggering number, isn't it? Did you know that over 40% of all websites on the entire internet are powered by just this one single platform? From your local mom-and-pop shop's portfolio, all the way up to massive Fortune 500 corporate hubs, almost half the web runs on the exact same engine. So, that naturally brings us to a huge question. How on earth did a humble, simple little diary tool evolve into an absolute titan of the web? I mean, it obviously wasn't built overnight, and the journey of how it actually got here is just fascinating. In this explainer, we're going to cover 1. From blog to web giant, 2. How WordPress actually works, 3. The massive WordPress ecosystem, 4. WordPress versus the competition, and 5. The future of WordPress. Okay, section 1, from blog to web giant. Let's look at what is arguably the ultimate internet underdog story. Picture this. It's the early 2000s, and blogging is just clunky. It's difficult, but in 2003, two developers, Matt Mullenweg and Mike Little, take an abandoned project called B2/Kafilog, and they fork it, which basically means they used its base code to create something entirely new. Bam! WordPress is born. By 2004 and 2005, they introduced plugins and themes, and that completely changed the game, because suddenly anyone could easily customize their site. Jump ahead and you see massive leaps like the Gutenberg block editor in 2018 for a modernized writing experience and full site editing in 2021. It's just this continuous timeline of hardcore problem solving. And the real superpower here? It didn't just stay a simple diary tool. It leveled up in distinct stages. It went from a basic blogging platform to a fully fledged content management system, or CMS, easily handling complex media, custom pages, and different user roles. Then it transformed again. Step 3 saw it become this absolute powerhouse, capable of running complex e-commerce stores, extensive learning management systems, membership sites, and even acting as a headless CMS for advanced enterprise-level apps. That relentless evolution is exactly how it managed to capture that staggering market share we talked about earlier. Command over 40% of the web is huge, especially when you realize the remaining 60% is heavily fragmented across literally every other platform out there combined. Let's move into section 2, how WordPress actually works. Time to clear up how this machinery operates under the hood. Okay, before we go a single step further, we absolutely have to clear up the biggest point of confusion for beginners. There are actually two versions of WordPress. WordPress.org is the completely free open source software that you download and manage yourself. WordPress.com, on the other hand, well, that's a managed hosting service built on top of that software where a company handles all the technical headaches for a fee. When developers and agencies talk about the limitless power of WordPress, they are almost always talking about the .org version. And WordPress.org relies on one foundational concept: open source. This simply means the original source code is out there, freely available to be redistributed and modified by anyone who wants to. It's completely free to use, and because it's open source, thousands of passionate contributors around the globe are constantly improving, testing, and securing it. The best part? This structure guarantees that you, and only you, own your data completely. So, to wrap your head around how a site actually comes together, think of it kind of like building a house. First, you've got the core software. That's your engine, your solid foundation. Second, you have themes. These control all your visual design, basically acting like the interior decorating and the paint on the walls. And third, you have plugins. These add the specific features and functionality, acting like the specialized appliances you install. Need an online store? Just install an e-commerce plugin like WooCommerce. Need a contact form or better security? Yep, there's a plugin for that too. Moving right along to section 3, the massive WordPress ecosystem. Let's zoom out and look at the community keeping this engine running. Because look, this isn't just a piece of software you download in total isolation. It is a massive, living, breathing ecosystem. We're talking about a sprawling network of specialized developers, hosting companies, and incredibly passionate creators. And that support system is exactly why globally recognized websites, from massive news outlets to huge celebrity platforms and corporate hubs, trust this platform to run their entire digital presence. The scale we're dealing with here is just wild. You have thousands upon thousands of available plugins and themes for instant customization. You've got entire hosting companies totally dedicated to making WordPress run as smoothly as possible. Then you throw in drag-and-drop builders like Elementor that completely democratize web design. But the real heartbeat? It's the people. Local meetups, huge global conferences called WordCamps, and massive teams of volunteer translators ensuring the whole platform works for anyone, anywhere in the world. Section 4, WordPress versus the competition. Let's see how it realistically stacks up against everything else out there today. When you look at the landscape, a really clear picture emerges. On one side, you have closed platforms and website builders. Think Shopify, Wix, Squarespace. They're fantastic for quick setups, but you are basically renting space, and your customization is limited to whatever that platform allows. On the far other end, you've got super complex CMS options like Joomla or Drupal. They offer full control, sure, but they require some steep technical knowledge. WordPress just sits right in this perfect middle ground. It gives you the unlimited customization and full ownership of a complex CMS, but maintains the accessibility that a beginner really needs. And sitting in that sweet spot gives you some serious advantages right out of the box. We're talking unmatched SEO friendliness to get you ranking on search engines, total ownership of your content, and a powerful REST API to connect with modern apps. Plus, you get deep multilingual support, high performance potential, and a fully mobile responsive infrastructure. The scalability here means it effortlessly adapts to literally any project size, which is why it's the go-to for everyone from solo freelancers to massive globe-spanning agencies. Finally, Section 5, the future of WordPress. We know where it started and where it is today, but what's actually on the horizon? Well, the platform refuses to stand still, that's for sure. Looking ahead, the community is going all in on seamless AI integration to speed up how we create content. Under the hood, they're pushing massive performance improvements. Meanwhile, advanced full-site editing is evolving so fast that everyday users can visually tweak their entire site without writing a single line of code. And for the enterprise crowd, the headless WordPress architecture is just expanding rapidly, letting developers pair the backend they love with completely custom bleeding-edge front-end apps. So, what's the vital takeaway here for us? Honestly, WordPress is just way more than a tool for building a quick website. It's a true gateway to web development, freelancing, and digital entrepreneurship. Understanding how this ecosystem takes gives you a real, tangible advantage. Because of its massive market share, the skills you pick up just by experimenting with this platform are incredibly valuable. It doesn't matter if you want to run a thriving e-commerce store, blog full-time, or build an agency doing client work all over the globe. Learning WordPress quite literally opens countless doors in today's digital economy. So, knowing that this insanely powerful, totally free tool runs nearly half of the entire web, my final question to you is, what will you choose to build with it? The internet is this massive open canvas, and now you know exactly what the world's most popular paintbrush looks like. Thank you so much for hanging out with me on this explainer, and I really hope this sparks your curiosity to go out and create something amazing.